Hi, this is Peter Darts Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a general reading now for Gemini September 2019. So Gemini September 2019. So just giving the cards a good shuffle, and let's see what we get. Okay. So we're just going to start off with a general overview here of what's going on around you. And then after that, we'll have a look at different aspects and see what we get for you. Okay, so generally now, it just feels like we're in the driving seat now for you Geminis. It's like whatever it is you want, whatever it is you're looking for, you've got to be pushing for, because the Chariot is now the vehicle of your life. So you've got to start pushing things forward now, fighting for the things that you want. And some of you ladies are either going to be sorting out things to do with motherhood, sort of getting children organised, put right, or maybe even thinking about having a child. So just keep an eye on that side of life around you. But some of you are worrying a little bit about to do with money. But I don't feel like you've got to worry. I just feel like you've just got to tidy things up now, put things in order and look at where you're kind of going. Because I feel so generally money isn't too bad around you. But it's just about putting the passion and the energy now back into things, making things happen. Also, I feel so some of you need to be keeping an eye on your energy levels here, because I've got you feeling a bit drained and a bit run down. So do keep an eye on that a little bit. So try and connect with your diet there to kind of build your strength back up. So eat properly, drink properly, sleep properly. So the more passion you put into that side of your life, then you've got fulfillment here with your wish card. So in other words, you should be able to bring yourself back to full strength, which is good. Now here I'm being drawn to focusing on career goals. And here, whatever your wishes and dreams are, you've got to do a little bit of tidying up and sorting out. And you may be looking at money as if to say, do I want more money? So it's like you're looking for the guiding light here. You're looking for some inspiration. So all I would say is that for some of you not sure what you want, just look out there. Don't sort of put too much emphasis on to say what you're looking for. Just open up the paper, open up the internet, see what's out there, see what draws you, see if you've got the skills to do these things. Sometimes it's about just dropping onto something. How many times have you walked down the high street and you're looking for something, but you haven't found, you don't know what you're looking for, but you go home with it because you're looking for inspiration. So look for inspiration. That's what the guiding light's telling you. You're looking to be guided. So be guided by the paper, the internet, or maybe word of mouth, so to speak. And then as you do that, you'll be fine. So little things here that you've just got to kind of tidy up and sort out. And I feel so gradually you start to get where you need to be, which is good. And I seem to be drawn perhaps within 9 days or 9 weeks, and bearing in mind the number 9 is September, of finding that job that you're looking for. Right, let's have a look at work and career for you Geminis. Interesting, very interesting. I know I've got a very different way of working than other readers, but I don't sort of waffle on. I just sort of give what I see and what I feel. And my unique way works for me. Other people who are perhaps having a reading off me might not draw to my candidness sometimes, and my readings may not always last a long time, but you do get the directness. Okay, so here I'm being drawn to perhaps connecting with some kind of job where you may travel. Or there could be water connected with it. So maybe working for a water company, or working somewhere near water, or possibly have water in the name of the street or the road, or something to do with water. There could be a fountain outside or something like that. So perhaps see where water might fit in with your choices. But I also feel so now here, it's like you've got the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. It's like your ideas are going to start building up and coming together. And then you've got good news about money here coming together. So it's like whatever you're taking on moving forward, money's definitely going to be building up. You've also, some of you have got options of self-employment. This is this self-employment card. It could be working for yourself. But all you've got to do is just take the leap of faith. Sometimes it's a chance. Sometimes when we look at perhaps running our own business, oh, I can't do that, or if it goes wrong, if this happens, if that happens, you know, everything's a chance in life. Just waking up in the morning is a chance. You could walk out that door and get hit by a bus, but the chances are you won't. But, you know, if you don't take these chances and not venture out in the big wide world where there's lots of dangers, we won't do anything in life, will we? So we've got to get out there. We've got to have a bit of faith. Sometimes we need to do things that go against our grain, the way we look at it. So here, start trusting your intuition, going with your gut feelings now, and then as you do that, will help guide you. But whatever you're worrying about, your worries are unfounded. But before, remember, we picked up on this before, and these worries drain your energy. It saps the life out of you. Because let me put it this way to you: when you've done all your worrying, has it done anything? Has it changed anything? No, it hasn't. It doesn't change anything. It's fear. Fear doesn't do anything except creates more fear and more uncertainty. But just saying, sorry, I'm going to go out there now, I'm going to make it happen, that's creating a change. It's creating a ripple effect. Sometimes we've got to do things. So you've got to start getting a little bit creative now with life and going out there and pushing things forward. You see, the Chariot is a very successful card, but it's telling you to push forward. You've got to keep pushing. It's a bit like getting in your car. If you don't put the accelerator on, don't put the fuel in, that car doesn't go where it needs to go. So in other words, if you just sit there, nothing happens. So what you're going to do, stand still like this horse is, or you're going to push forward and stop worrying because your worries are unfounded. This is what it's all about. If I pull this out, this is your worries and anxieties card. See the stream. That's the way forward. There's a gap in the swords here behind this lady. The tying up. You're not so tightly tied that you can't escape. You can get through this. The path there, the stream is the way forward. The stream is your emotion, your thoughts, your feelings. You've got to do it. You've got to go for it. You've got to take this blindfold off because the fear is blinding you. So you've got to get past that. You've got to take a chance in life. Life is one big chance. You know, it's a bit sort of dark and deep to say it like this, but at the end of the day, it's like whatever happens in life is in some ways is kind of immaterial because it's like, you know, do we do this? Do we do that? You know, we're all being guided somewhere. Sometimes we think we're making decisions, sometimes we're not. But you can go with your gut feelings a little bit because you know you should be doing something, but you're holding it back, so you're causing a delay. And all this fear, and fear of things going wrong. So it's like, you know, will this happen? Will that happen? At the end of the day, there's only one thing certain in life. That we're born to be born, and we're born to die. We're all going to die one day. But at the end of the day, it's what we do in that middle that counts. So when we do get to the point at the end of our journey, we can look back and we've made things happen. So, but like I say, sometimes I believe some things are meant to happen. We can hold it back, we can delay it. But I hope you don't. I just hope you get out there now and make these things happen. Right, let's have a look at relationships. Okay. Right, so let's see what we get here for you Geminis now on your love life. Right, okay. Right, so for some of you, you could be thinking about the past. Now, you could be just looking at the past generally, because looking at the past, thinking about things that you've done, been, seen, lost. You know, we all look backwards. And that's fine. I don't knock anybody looking backwards. Sometimes looking backwards can be a guide to the future. But don't dwell on it, because where you're going is more important than looking backwards. So you can live in what you've got or live in where you're going. In other words, if you're in a relationship and you're looking backwards, you're not focusing on what should be done and what needs to be done. And, you know, so that's the way you need to look at things. And also, if you look forwards and you're not in a relationship, then, you know, you going out there and making things happen. But if you're looking backwards, you're not opening up the new doors. So you've got to stop worrying now about what's happened in the past, what you've done and what you haven't done. It's all about making wise, positive choices and making the right choices. Now, if some of you are thinking about reconnecting with the past, you've got to choose wisely, because all that sparkles and all that glitters doesn't mean it's all good and positive. We all sometimes look backwards and think, because it's like, you know, it seems good. It's a bit like the old saying, isn't it? The grass isn't always greener on the other side of the road. But I'm not saying don't go back. You've got to choose wisely of what you feel is right for you. One thing I would say is, Gemini, you're becoming a bit more independent. And I feel that that's a good thing. And that's only going to create wonderful opportunities for the future. Now, all you've got to do now is make some big, massive decisions. This is your decision-making card, your victory sword. You're going to go out there now and you're going to be passionate about life. You're going to make this happen, make that happen, and it's going to work. But don't cloud it with confusion by looking backwards all the time. You know, you've got to embrace the future. The wheel of fortune is turning. You've got to look forwards. You've got to. And then as you do that, you're going to get where you need to be. But if you're going to let the past cloud you, it's stopping you moving forward. And this is what you've got to do. But you've got celebrations. The good times are coming. And I feel that's the way to look at it. But I just feel as though now, you know, the past hasn't always been great, which is following on from the past, but the daylight's breaking through. So carry on, make your decisions, keep pushing forward. Things will come good. But if you keep looking backwards, you're going to bring that worry and that concern, and you're just going to block all the positivity of the star card. Because your star card is your wishes and dreams and hopes for the future, and bringing a bit of positivity back into your life. So I kind of feel it's a bit of a mixed bag. So I feel so if some of you in relationships and you're happy, you've got continue to be happy and embrace and keep looking forward, and you'll be all right. If some of you are thinking about the past, I feel as though most of you need to leave it where it is and embrace the future. And if some of you are just looking for a bit of guidance where to go, but you're thinking about the past a little bit, yes, it can help guide you, but don't dwell on the past. So this is the way you've got to look at things now. But I feel it's about moving forward, not looking backwards at all. You know, like I say, I'm not saying don't look backwards, but just think very carefully what you're doing. It's a bit like opening Pandora's box, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look at family. Okay. Right, some of you are going to have some arguments and disagreements with family. So you've got to be very careful now. You've got to bring a bit of balance. See, a bit of balance. There's the scales of justice, the balance there. So you've got to bring a bit of balance in now. Try and get things as near as damn it as you possibly can within family. Or another way of looking at it is, sometimes you got way up where it is worth going back and arguing with them, or whether you just keep the balance and keep your distance. Sometimes you've got to learn to open your mouth, and sometimes you've got to learn to shut your mouth. And you've got to choose wisely which is the best path. So try and keep the balance as best as you can. Sometimes people aggravate us to make an argument, and then sometimes it's better to just do nothing, because when we do nothing, they can't comprehend it and it just kills it dead. So that's our way of looking at that, because as you keep that balance, you've got victory here, that you will come out okay. But I feel like if you don't keep the balance, you can come out with a loss, feeling sad, in other words, or you feeling worse off. So, you know, just keep the balance, especially to do with father figures or empowered women within the family. And it just feels that we need to try and keep things settled for you Geminis now, not worrying so much what everybody else is doing. So the Lovers card here is saying, look, you've got to do a bit of resolving now and a bit of sorting out. But you're coming out here as quite the wise person. You're not daft, you're not stupid. You know what you've got to do. You know what you've got to do to keep the balance. So keep the balance. And I feel like certain members of family, with the Four of Swords, you need to perhaps just pull back a little bit. Just keep the distance. It's a bit like pulling back from the window. There's the window. If you look out, you might see too much. If you just pull back, rest a little bit, and you'll have a bit of tranquility for a change. So that's the way I would look at things. Also, some of you are going to be thinking about a house move, or someone within family is going to be thinking about a move. That could be a good thing, I feel, but I just feel so don't venture out too far. So not too bad there for family, but just try and stay out of any kind of disagreements. Okay, right, so let's have a look at money for you Geminis. Money's not too bad there, actually. You know, don't overindulge because of celebrations. Okay. Watch out to do with bills, to do with property. But other than that, I just feel money's all right. It's not coming out bad. But you've got judgment is basically saying, look, just be careful how you handle your money. You know what you've got to do. You do it right, you'll be all right. But if you be reckless, well, you're going to reap what you sow. And it's as simple as that. So just watch what you're doing with the money. And let's have a look at health. Okay, energy levels a little bit up and down, so try and keep your body in balance. Keep an eye on some chesty coughs and colds up around you. Keep an eye on your sleep patterns, or try not worry too much because that drains your energy. And keep an eye on your middle back aching a little bit. And other than that, I just feel so generally fine. But major thing to keep an eye on. Right, the Devil card. So I'm being drawn to any you Geminis may have an issue of overindulging in the sexual pleasures. So maybe just think about your partner, or what your partner is thinking, whether they want a bit more indulgence or a bit less. Okay, and some of you may also be having some issues to do with medication, or maybe medication that's not exactly legal, you know. So I'm not saying that's for everybody, but just watch that a little bit, okay? Because the Devil is all about addictions. So I'm not saying it's addictive the way it sounds, but sometimes one of us always wants more than the other can perhaps give or accept. Or maybe we're taking a bit more than what we should, or maybe a very short few of us, very minority, is maybe delving into something that we really shouldn't be delving in. So that's the way, you know, I'm just giving a general reading here. This is not specific for everyone. You'll pick bits out of it. But I'm sure some of you, it should make sense. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. If you do want a private reading with me, please do get in touch through Facebook or contact me through my number, and I'm happy to help you wherever you are in this wonderful world. Thank you for listening.